Hey guys, welcome to another episode of NetSec Now. So today what we're going to go ahead and discuss is command execution. And it's going to be probably a quick video here because there's not a whole lot to go into great detail about with this type of attack. So let's just get started. So command execution, right? What is it? What is a command execution vulnerability? Well, basically what it is a script that somebody has created to do a function, and it requires user input. However, basically it doesn't sanitize the user input data, so you can actually escape what it's requesting or what it's looking for and actually execute arbitrary commands on the server. So why is that a problem? Well, of course it's a problem because you're executing commands on a server. So the caveat with that is that once you execute the commands, you can only execute them as the user who owns the script or who the script is running as. So for instance, if it's running as an HTTP user in an HTTP group, you can't execute root level commands, of course. So how does it work? Again, basically it just asks for some user input, and then you can escape that with an escape character like the ampersand sign and actually put in your own codes to run on a system. So like a terminal based command of grepping or catting files and stuff like that. So let's get started, and for this we're going to be using the DVWA to follow along with the WebSec series that we've been using here. Just go back over to here. So of course I've already got it running. If you're not sure how to set up DVWA or get it running or even log in for that instance, we have videos on that too, so just search the channel out and you'll see them. They were recent too. So without further ado, let's just log in here. Admin password. And following down the list, the last video we did was on brute forcing. Let's go ahead, go down to command execution. So basically this here is a ping for free type of script, okay? So it's asking you to enter in an IP address below. So let's just go ahead and enter in the gateway of the network here and just hit submit to see what it does. And you can see simply, guys, it's pretty straightforward. It just pings the IP address that you put in. So that was your user input, was the IP address itself. It already issues the ping command for you. So it's just basically sending out some ICMP packets and pinging a host or an IP address. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what types of commands, or how it actually works, how the escape works. So let me just clear this out by refreshing here. 192.168.1, and let's go ahead and see what current directory we are working in. So the pwd command. So the and or the ampersand sign is the escape character, and then anything after that is our commands that we're injecting or executing. So you can see that very first, for some reason, it issued our command, print the working directory, so var www html dvwa vulnerabilities and exec. And then of course it just went ahead with its original command and it pinged the host that we were looking for and returned no errors. So going back to saying that it was a user input validation, it does not validate anything other than the IP address, right? So if we tried to type in I don't know, let's see, it doesn't do anything, right? Because it only is looking for numerical digits. So if we typed in 68121 and the ampersand sign there to escape, and then just to go a step further, lsarl, because I want to see in that current directory what are a listing of all the files and their permissions. Let's go ahead and hit submit. And you can see now it returns our command, ls, to list the directory contents and then the permissions on said files. So you can see here, just to go over it quickly, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but if you guys are confused here about directory permissions or file permissions, I'll just give you a quick overview here. So anything in the first part of this, these are all your permissions here to the very far left, okay, in that column. So the very first part, it's either a D or it's a negative sign like this. A D specifies that it's a directory, okay, and you can see that all the way to the far right here. It says source. And then if it's just a regular file, you can see that it's a dash to speculate or to say that it's a regular file. The very next set of 3 here is read, write, and if there was execute permissions, there would be an X there, so RWX. And the first set of 3 belong to the user that the file belongs to. So that's me, Afterburn, right? The next set of 3 would give you the file permissions or directory permissions for the group Afterburn. So when you create your own, when you create a new user on a Linux Unix machine, it usually creates a group automatically the same name as that user. And then the very last set of 3 here are for anybody else who's not specifically either Afterburn or part of the Afterburn group. Okay, so just going by that example here, you can see that Afterburn has read, write, and no execute permissions. Anybody belonging to the group Afterburn has just read-only permissions, no write and no execute. And then anybody else just has read permissions, no write, no execute. So that's just a brief overview on file permissions. Alright, so moving forward, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just to give you guys another idea, we'll just do another command here. Oops. And let's see. See. Let's see, what do we have as a good file in our home directory, just as a text file to cat out? Let's go to the cracking directory. Oops. And we'll do passwords.txt, or actually we'll just do usernames.txt, it's easier. And then let's see if this will actually go through here. It might have trimmed some data. Nope. So you can see that it catted out that file. If we went into a terminal here, I could show you the same thing. Oops. And you can see it's Bob, Mary, Joe, admin, administrator, and Jesse. So also, it did the same thing here. But this time it's a little bit different because it started to ping first before the cat results actually returned. And so it returned in the middle of the command. So that's pretty much it, guys. Command execution is pretty straightforward. It's a bad idea because obviously we can get all sorts of information from files on the system, at least if we have the read permissions on them. So moving forward, just to give you guys some updates and some news, I was taking a little bit of a break from making videos because a very close family member of mine passed away, and quite honestly I couldn't focus on making quality videos. So that being said, in the meantime I was working on some of the website. I was working on creating some content for you guys and some things that you could use. So in the meantime, if you went on our webpage and you were following along, because I posted it on Twitter and stuff like that, you could see in the download section I went ahead and made a very unique 1.2 million, almost 1.3 million unique password list. This password list combined some secret stash passwords that I've had over the years that have been very successful for me, as well as most of the top common passwords. Also, as well as some of the top breaches from like Ashley Madison, LinkedIn, some of the dating websites like eHarmony and stuff like that. I put those all into one huge list, and then I trimmed it down by deduplicating it, so you'll never find the same password twice in the list. So it's unique in that nature. When you go to download it here, guys, you're just going to click here. It's a donationware type of thing because I worked really hard on this. I spent hours upon hours, almost like a complete week on it. So it basically takes you over to PayPal. Now, of course, you can log into your PayPal or whatever. You could put in whatever amount you want here, guys, really, but most people just generally put $5 or $10 or something like that. And it'll automatically redirect you to the download, the direct download for that password list, and it's in a tar file. So if it doesn't redirect you, because sometimes, the redirects don't work correctly, just either shoot us a message here on the downloads page like other people have done, or send me an email with your information, and I'll go ahead and confirm the payments, and then I will directly email it over to you. Other developments on the website, of course, I've just been posting here and there. There's also a merchandise page now, guys. I made some pretty unique stickers here. Let me just blow this up for you so you can see. Obviously, it looks like gibberish to most people, right? But it's actually hexadecimal, and we should all know that. And it translates over to the word hacker. So I thought it was pretty unique, something to give something back to us, you know, that only we or like-minded people would understand, as just opposed to the word hacker on some bumper sticker. I mean, these are pretty cool. I got one on my laptop lid. I've got one on each of my trucks that I drive around every day. You can put them on helmets. You can put them on pretty much anything. They measure 7 by 3 inches. And they're only $4.50, and it helps me out a lot to, you know, give some money back to me for putting time and stuff into this. So that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you keep following me on Twitter. That's cool. I got over 500 followers on Twitter. I really appreciate that. That's like really the best way to contact me if you need a quick you know, message or something like that. Otherwise, email me, and you can get the email off the website. YouTube is blown up. I mean, it's like over 21,300 subscribers. That's awesome, guys. Again, I apologize for not making a video in the last month, but you know, when the family member passed away, you know, it was pretty detrimental. I couldn't really focus, and of course, I like to focus on the videos and make sure that, you know, you're getting the best out of them. We're also launching an online school. It's been official. I put out a vote in the last month and a poll, and a lot of people seem to be interested in it. It's going to be like a paid version online school, but the video quality is going to be much better than what's been on YouTube. It's also going to be, you know, levels where you can download the videos, you can download the slides, you can download a PDF of it, you know, and you can learn at your own pace. And of course, then I'll always be there to answer questions as well. We might be able to get into live broadcasting, where at some point I'd like to have live classes going. It's different from, the idea behind it is different from like other places like Cybrary and, you know, SecurityTube and stuff like that. Whereas we're going to do it very unique. I'm going to stay to my style of teaching, which I think a lot of people appreciate and like. At least that's the feedback I get. So again, guys, stay tuned. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. The next video we're going to be going over, let's see, CSRF, token stealing, or cross-site request forgery, and we'll go into CRSF tokens and stuff like that. Okay, guys, I won't take up much more of your time. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.